It's time for At Home with the RubberDucks, powered by First Energy. 640 WHLO gets you closer to your hometown team with stories of the game and updates from the season ahead.
Line to left center, that's a base hit and a game winner for the Akron RubberDucks.
Akron RubberDucks baseball, affordable family fun.
High drive to right, that's well hit back, that ball is gone, it's a home run.
Here's your hosts, Marco Lanave and Jim Clark.
Hello and welcome to this edition of At Home with the RubberDucks, Sunday night, June 14th. Marco Lanave and Jim Clark once again back with you for At Home with the RubberDucks. And Jim and I had a chance this past week to visit with who is considered the Cleveland Indians' top prospect, Nolan Jones. And Jim, I think he's more than just a good baseball player. He's fun to talk to.
A delightful young guy. Very charismatic. Whatever we asked him, he just elaborated on, and he seemed to really enjoy talking about his life, baseball, his family, and sports. It was really a fun time.
And I really thought that he showed quite a bit of maturity and humility, almost talking about how he has worked on things that are uncomfortable and kind of his approach to getting better. That really struck me.
You can tell he respects the game and knows that since what's going on right now, this game could stop at any time. So I better be the best I can be. You can tell he still feels he's learning. And boy, the sky is so high for him. The ceiling is so it's up there. He's going to be quite a ball player.
Well, and we got to see him come to Canal Park right after the Eastern League All-Star break, and he stayed pretty strong. There really wasn't a drop-off. It didn't look like he was getting tired at any point when the season was ending last year.
And that was a cup of coffee for us. We only had him 49 games, and would have liked to have seen him twice as many games like that, to see him progress and mature. But no, you're right. He didn't seem to tire. He was always learning. And, you know, I thought he would open with us this season. I could be wrong whenever that comes, but I would think it would be wise, AA half a year, AAA, move from there. No reason to rush at all. So the Indians may think differently, but that's just me. But I'd like to see more of him because there's such a high ceiling for him.
And he comes from a family that's just loaded with athletic talent. That's pretty fascinating, too, I thought.
Yeah, you'll find that out when if you didn't listen Wednesday, you'll hear it again tonight because sister, brothers, his dad, he didn't tell me what his dad did, but his dad worked with him tirelessly all the time. I'm sure with all the kids, but great family that it looks like to be involved with.
And he's one of these guys, I think the comparison kind of with Francisco Lindor in terms of getting it. He talked about really appreciating Lindor and some of those guys. But from your experience, I'm sure that's one of the guys that you think of, right?
Well, you can tell that when Nolan, if he can get to the spot that Frankie's in, he'll take care of the younger guys the way Lindor and Jose took care of him. He really respects how they treated him, and he will not forget that.
Well, again, a fun conversation with Nolan Jones is coming up shortly. But first, we are going to talk with Brian Manning, who is the Director of Food and Beverage for the Akron RubberDucks, talking about the Father's Day Feast. This is the first opportunity since the season would have normally started for you to purchase food from the Canal Park concessions, the Canal Park kitchen, and you'll be able to get your Father's Day Feast from the Akron RubberDucks. Go to akronrubberducks.com. Also at akronrubberducks.com, for you, our listeners, there is a special discount on RubberDucks caps. If you go into the team store online, purchase caps, you get a 20% discount using the promo code RADIO. Well, on this week with At Home with the RubberDucks have returned home to Canal Park, as in the front office staff has. And the RubberDucks are preparing for something special this Father's Day that they're going to offer to RubberDucks fans. And to talk about this Father's Day feast, we're excited to welcome our Director of Food and Beverage at Canal Park, Mr. Brian Manning. And Brian, thanks so much for joining us.
Marco, thanks for having me on the show. I appreciate it.
And Brian, first of all, coming back to Canal Park as you got to do last week, the first week of June, what's it been like just to get back in the building and see people again?
It's been great getting to see familiar faces in person. While we were working from home, we had a lot of meetings over Zoom and a lot of great creative conversations, but nothing beats really being able to get back to the ballpark, and obviously doing that safely with all the ballpark, precautions we're taking here back at the park. But, being back here is great to just get back to the brainstorming process of ways we can, engage our fans and bring our great food and beverage product here at the ballpark to our fans in creative ways. So it's been great to be able to, kind of brainstorm this package, which we'll get into a little more, but just finding a creative way to celebrate Father's Day, which is an iconic holiday during the year with our fans, and really be able to offer some creative opportunities for them to get some food from the ballpark.
That's right. Of course, people are used to bringing their Father's Day celebration out to the ballpark, but now we're kind of bringing it to them with this Father's Day feast. Tell us what that's about.
Yeah, so, barbecue is a great popular item, especially on big, occasions, especially holidays. So we thought let's do our best to work with our culinary team here. We have a new chef, Louis Wilmont Holland, for 2020, who just joined us in January, and really sat down with him and the rest of the F&B team to really come up with a great package which provides some great value for fathers and for their families. So it's a $99 package, which comes with a ton of food, really. It's two pounds of pulled pork, 1.5 pounds of beef brisket, 4 pounds of macaroni and cheese, 2 pounds of mixed vegetables, 2 pounds of coleslaw, homemade cornbread, dinner rolls, and then a quart of barbecue sauce. And that package comes complete with plates, napkins, cutlery, everything you'll need for that package to be able to enjoy it, whether you're at a party with your family or just at home with your father and the rest of your family, to be able to enjoy that.
And of course, now we're thinking in terms of how big is that gathering. About how many people does this feed?
So it typically feeds 5 to 6. The ability to potentially, work this into 2 meals as well if you have a smaller group, or, you're just not that hungry at the time. I think it's a lot of food. We'll be packaging it up and, it's safely in bags for curbside pickup. So we'll bring it out to your car. When we take the orders, we're getting the make and model of your car, so we know when you're pulling up to the ballpark that day. So we'll package that all safely for our fans with reheat instructions as well. So if you're not eating it right after you pick it up, there'll be some reheat instructions in there for you if you want to enjoy it later in the day or the next day.
And if people are looking to add on some beverages, is that an option too?
Yes, we've added a couple beverage add-ons as well. If you want to, get something else for your father, for your family. So we've got 6 packs of Bud Light, Budweiser, Miller Lite, and White Claw Black Cherry available for $10, as well as add-on bottles of wine for $20. So we have a Merlot, a Cabernet Sauvignon on the reds, and then a Chardonnay and a Sauvignon Blanc on the whites. If you'd like to add a bottle of wine for $20 to that as well.
And you mentioned the adaptations to make sure this is safe, a process that is going to be customer friendly. First of all, how do people go about ordering this?
Yeah, so to order this, you can call the ballpark between the hours of 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday through Friday at our main number, 330-253-5151. You'll have the opportunity to talk to one of our sales representatives here at the ballpark who will square away all the orders for you, get your credit card information, process the order, line up a pickup time for you. So we'll have pickup windows on Father's Day, Sunday, June 21st, between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. So we'll have slots on the hours. So basically, based on availability, you'll be able to pick that up at 10 a.m., 11 a.m., noon, 1 p.m., or 2 p.m. Those slots are first come, first serve, so obviously the sooner you get the order in, the better. You'll be able to place that order up until our deadline of Wednesday, June 17th at 5 p.m.
Okay, so people hearing this on At Home with the RubberDucks on Sunday night, still got a couple more days to call in and place your order. Now, when they come to the ballpark, anything special that they need to know about the guidelines, both for our staff and for the guests that are picking up?
Yeah, our whole staff here throughout the process, we're wearing face masks every day at the ballpark. We're taking extra precautions. We're all taking temperature readings every day when we come into the ballpark before we get to work inside the doors of the ballpark, just to make sure we're being safe. Safety is our number one goal, whether it's at a RubberDucks game or an average day at the office for our front office staff. Safety is always our first priority. So all staff will be wearing face masks, and all the food containers will be sealed before you leave the ballpark. And once again, you'll have those reheating instructions on that as well. You can stay in your car. You don't even have to enter the building. As long as we have the make and model of your car with the license plate number, we'll just walk it out to your car outside the Game Grill and Bar. If you pull up curbside there, we'll just bring it out to you and have it ready for your family to enjoy.
Well, again, Brian, we want to wish you an early happy Father's Day as we're talking of Father's Day here. This really sounds like a great chance for fans to get a little bit of taste of the ballpark.
Yes, thank you for having me, Marco, and I look forward to seeing some of our fans on Father's Day picking up their Father's Day feast packages.
And again, thanks to Brian Manning. He's the Director of Food and Beverage at Canal Park, getting ready to put together the Father's Day feast for folks in the Akron area. And again, you can go to akronrubberducks.com for more information on that, or call the RubberDucks front office to order 330-253-5151. And this portion of At Home with the RubberDucks was brought to you in part by Ainbridge Hospitality, Fairfield Inn & Suites, and the Courtyard by Marriott Akron Fairlawn, all partners presenting RubberDucks baseball. Coming up is the start of our conversation with 2019 RubberDucks third baseman Nolan Jones.
You're listening to At Home with the RubberDucks on 640 WHLO, your new home for Akron RubberDucks baseball, powered by First Energy.
Here at Sarah Auto Park, community service has always been a priority of ours. These days, that spirit is more important than ever. Join us as we do everything we can to take care of our doctors, nurses, all other essential businesses, and their employees. If our community needs us for anything, even to safely get a bag of groceries to our most vulnerable, we're here. We'll get through this together. Sarah Auto Park.
This is RubberDucks broadcaster Marco Lanave. When people ask me who's the number one pick for print and copy solutions in the Akron area, I tell them Meritech, the pride of the RubberDucks for the past 9 years. Meritech's roster also includes IT consulting, cloud voice and data services for a powerhouse lineup to reduce risk, control costs, and increase productivity. So call Team Meritech today and tell them the RubberDucks sent you. Meritech Technology to empower your business.
Exceptional care means having access to world-class physicians and services. That's the care Cleveland Clinic Akron General provides to Akron and the surrounding communities. Whether it's primary care or specialized services, we put your needs first with care that is comprehensive and, best of all, close to home. Cleveland Clinic Akron General is committed to the community and your health. To learn more about our services close to you, visit akrongeneral.org.
Are you looking for a great apartment with the best location? Fir Hill Towers Apartments is just a 5-minute walk to the University of Akron or a 5-minute drive downtown. You'll find spacious living, convenience, and fun with a wide variety of restaurants and entertainment just outside your door. Perfectly suited for young professionals and students on the go looking for off-campus living. Stop by 55 First Street Hill, Akron, or call 330-762-7000. That's 330-762-7000 today and reserve your apartment home.
For a lawn that looks as good as Canal Park, depend on Grassmaster. They're a locally owned and operated full-service lawn and landscape company. The development of a healthy and attractive lawn or landscape requires a great deal of time and hard work. It's Grassmaster's commitment to providing the necessary ingredients of knowledge and treatment materials to develop a healthy and attractive lawn or landscape. By choosing Grassmaster as your lawn and landscape company, you are assuring that your investment is protected and will grow in value year after year. Visit thegrassmaster.com.
Everyone at Honda wants you to be safe. And right now, you need a car you can count on and your dealer to go the extra mile. So if your Honda needs parts or service, we're right here ready to help. Working to follow all government guidelines in order to get you what you need and help you stay safe with a reliable car that's ready to go when you need it.
Visit NorthernOhioHondaDealers.com.
Your business has a story to tell. Let Fast Signs Medina help you using the right mix of visual communication solutions like signs, banners, digital displays, fleet graphics, mobile marketing, health and safety communications, and so much more. Give Fast Signs Medina your business challenge and we'll come up with a plan to grow your business, reach more customers, and accomplish more than you ever thought possible. Fast Signs Medina. More than fast, more than signs, more than ready to help you grow your business. Call today and say Go Ducks for your discount.
This is At Home with the RubberDucks on 640 WHLO.
Deep drive out to right field. Rafaela turning, watching. It's gone to the Bud Light line. Tiki Terrace.
Your new home for RubberDucks baseball, powered by First Energy.
Welcome back. This is Marco Lanabe, and this portion of At Home with the RubberDucks is brought to you in part by Precious Cargo Trailways and the Akron Zoo, both part of our lineup presenting RubberDucks baseball. Now, here is the conversation Jim Clark and I had with Cleveland Indians prospect Nolan Jones. Nolan, first of all, thanks for joining us, and where are you joining us from?
Thanks for having me. I'm joining you from home in Pennsylvania. Just got home. I spent some time after spring training in Arizona. I just recently made a cross-country drive, so finally got home, spending some time with the family.
Nolan, I want to start by talking a little bit about, as you mentioned, since spring training. How have you kept up on your baseball work? Yeah, obviously this is something that I never expected. This is a situation we never expected to be in. So it's been weird for everybody, not only the kids that aren't playing their seasons, but professional baseball players as well. So we're just trying to find any way we could stay active. When I was in Arizona, we were able to get outside a little bit and hit probably like 2 or 3 times a week. I live with a couple teammates, also RubberDucks, Sam Henches and Mitch Longo. I was able to work out with them. We built a little gym in my garage, and we were able to get some baseball work in. So basically just really trying to do anything we could to stay active, even if it was just going outside, throwing a football around. We were just doing things to get outside and kind of pass time and stay active.
I know him. This is from Aaron Wood. How do you like playing for the Indians organization, and what's your daily routine like?
Yeah, I love it. I mean, I've heard a lot of things from a lot of different people throughout your years in the minor leagues. You make friends from different organizations. You play guys a lot. You moved up with different guys, stuff like that. I think that something that is very true that I was told before I joined the Indians, and I've come to learn and see every day, is that they really care for you. They really care about you. Obviously the Indians aren't one of the bigger market teams. They're not able to go out and sign whoever they want. So they really care about their players in their organization, their prospects. So it's been really awesome throughout my 4 years since my draft day. So it's been awesome, and it was a dream come true hearing my name called in the draft, and it's every second has lived up to it. It's been awesome. And then my daily routine, it differs all the time depending on how I feel, how much sleep I think I need. I'm a very big advocate on getting rest. So I sleep as late as I feel I need to and get up. Typically when we're at home, it includes a trip to Diamond Deli on the way to the field. And then obviously my pregame stuff changes depending on how I feel that day, what's going on, what we have time for and stuff like that. But usually it's the typical early work in the cage, then come in for a little snack, go out for BP, ground balls, throwing, come in, eat my lunch, and then I am getting ready in the training room and everything I need to do to get ready for the game. I hit off the machine a little bit pregame, and then I kind of takes me into my game every day.
How's your home routine been?
Oh, so my home routine is a little bit different. It's like I said, it's tough. It's a situation I've never been in. I'm very fortunate that I have an area where I'm able to work out at home. Got some free weights that I'm able to get my workouts in every day. And then beyond that, I'm able to, I know a couple local guys that own batting cages and stuff, so I'm able to hit at their cages. So it's kind of changes every day because like I said, there's still social distancing. Stuff is still closed, but just trying to find ways to get work in any way I can. So it's been a little bit difficult, and it's not really the same any 2 days, but that's basically my days.
Well, Nolan, we'll ask a little bit on behalf of some youth baseball players here. Steve G has a 7-year-old son in his first year of kid pitch baseball. What advice would you give him?
I think the only thing that I could say is absolutely have a blast. I think go out and have fun every single day. There is nothing that I could tell you that'll make you better or worse at baseball. And it is 100% a game. Once you get older, you start learning about the mechanics, the things like that. But at that point, I think it's truly just go out and have fun. Good things are going to happen. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to learn, but go out, have a blast every single day, and ask people questions. Ask your coaches questions. And that's how you get better and how you learn new things. Watch how your teammates do things, watch baseball on TV, but enjoy every second of it.
And a related question from Mike H. Once you get to that point where you can start to do maybe more focused drills, from the defensive side, what do you kind of suggest for third base, which you play? And then what would you suggest in terms of refining that swing too for a youth player?
Defensively, I think almost everyone would agree with me that it's all about repetition. You're not going to be good at something that you don't do a lot. So I think that absolutely taking as many ground balls as you can and making yourself uncomfortable. That was the hardest thing for me growing up, is that I loved playing baseball. I loved practicing, but I didn't know that to continue to get better and better and better, that I had to practice the things that I wasn't good at and the things that I was uncomfortable at. And I think that's something that I've started to learn throughout my years of professional baseball, is if I want to be good at them, I have to practice them. I can't just let them show up in the game and hope that it works. So I think practicing things that I'm uncomfortable at and that I know I'm not good at. And then, like I said, just continuous repetition. And I think for the swing wise, I mean, I think it's tough to tell somebody when you haven't seen their swing. But again, I think it's repetition. I think it's focusing on not hitting home runs, not trying to have a launch angle, as people say, this and that. Like, there's so many hitting Twitter hitting coaches and everything, and I would definitely stay away from that. I mean, I think hit hard line drives to the back of the cage and do it often, and you're going to get into good habits, and good things will happen in the game.
Have you always walked a lot with your plate patience? You have great plate patience.
Yeah, so I actually have to give my dad some credit on that. We have a batting cage in our backyard, and we would go out there, and my dad would come home from work, and I'd already be loosened up off the tee and everything, and he would come home and he would try to strike me out. So I really think that the competitiveness between going out there, my older brother actually played baseball through high school, and so having him out there as well, we were always trying to get each other out and do things. I mean, I would say I could do something better than he can, and then we're going back and forth. So we were always learning stuff. But yeah, I think just learning the strike zone. I learned the strike zone at an early age. And I think that I can definitely say that I'm stubborn to it. I've learned what I'm good at as a hitter and what I'm not good at. And I think that definitely all plays into the walks, but also sometimes the high strikeout rates, is because I know what I do well and I know what I don't do well. So if I'm going up there, I'm not looking to cover everything. I'm looking to cover certain pitches in certain locations and things like that. And if they don't throw it, it's going to lead to strikeouts sometimes. But I definitely think that that's something that helps me a lot.
That was third baseman Nolan Jones, and this portion of At Home with the RubberDucks was brought to you in part by Scene 75 Entertainment Center and Your Pizza Shop, both on the team of partners presenting RubberDucks baseball. For your chance to be part of a future Indians Prospect Q&A powered by First Energy, visit AkronRubberDucks.com and follow the RubberDucks on social media. I'm Marco Lanave, and after the break, you'll hear more of Nolan Jones answering questions submitted by RubberDucks fans. That comes your way right after this.
You're listening to At Home with the RubberDucks on 640 WHLO, your new home for Akron RubberDucks baseball, powered by First Energy. This is At Home with the RubberDucks on 640 WHLO.
Ruda going back. It's over his head. It's over the wall. The first double-A home run for Oscar Gonzalez.
Your new home for RubberDucks baseball, powered by First Energy.
Welcome back. This is Marco Lanave, and this portion of At Home with the RubberDucks is brought to you in part by Suma Health and Johnny Lote's Latin Street Corn, all in our lineup presenting RubberDucks baseball. Jim Clark and I now continue with 2019 RubberDucks third baseman and current Indians prospect Nolan Jones answering the questions of RubberDucks fans.
From Travis P., what's been your most memorable baseball moment on your journey right now to the big leagues?
That's a good question. I've had a lot of them. I mean, I think every call-up, every promotion you get is super exciting and incredible. Obviously, getting drafted originally, I had a very cool experience with the draft. I got invited to go to the draft, and because family wasn't able to travel, I had older grandparents, and You weren't able to bring as many people to the draft, and I have a really tight-knit family and friends group, and I wanted them all to be there. So we actually rented out a restaurant for draft night, and we had probably 200 friends and family there. So to hear my name called, I mean, that's a moment I'll never forget. But then on top of that, I mean, I think the Futures game this year was kind of like one of the best experiences I could have ever dreamed of. I knew about the Futures game growing up. I knew a couple people that played in it. So to kind of to get that call and hear that I was in the Futures game, it was unreal. It was unreal to me. I can't even put it into words. And then, I mean, everything on top of it, just it being in Cleveland, the fans there, like, I mean, it all just added into it and made it such an incredible experience for me. It was something I'll never forget for sure.
Well, Nolan, one of the highlights in your time with us last season was when the RubberDucks went and played near your hometown, played on the other side of the state line over in Trenton, New Jersey. What was that like for you? Yeah, so I haven't been able to play as close to home as I would have wished. I've gotten to play at the Cal Ripken Stadium in Maryland. I've gotten to play at a couple local places, but I mean, the Trenton Thunder Stadium is 15 minutes away. I grew up going to games there. I hit in a home run derby there when I was in high school. So to kind of see all that come full swing and be playing on that field, like when I was 12 years old, I mean, when I was playing Little League my whole time, we had a night for our Little League team that we would all go there. And it was like, just thinking back, like I was sitting in those stands. I was one of those little kids one day, and now I'm playing on this field. And then I got to look up and my whole family was there. All my friends were there. I mean, that's what you dream about for sure. It's so cool. Neil M. wants to know, can you explain the feeling that you get when you hit a home run? I don't really think it's something you could put into words. Obviously, it's not as often as we'd like it. We'd like to it happen every time. So when it does happen, it's kind of like, oh my gosh, look at that thing go. But I mean, it's definitely a super cool feeling, and to be running around the bases, looking into your dugout, seeing your teammates hype for you. When it's at home, seeing the fans hype for you. I mean, it's an incredible feeling to hit a home run for sure. From Steve A., have you tried playing first base or the outfield during your career? I have not yet. I have not yet played either of those positions. I was a shortstop growing up, and I pitched a little bit. I had a couple different opportunities to pitch at the next level as well, and decided to stick with third base. When I first got signed, I actually got signed as a shortstop, and they quickly kind of told me, you're a pretty big dude, you're not as fast, and you have a little bit of power. So they thought third base would be a better fit for me, and I've been there since. So, I mean, I've heard that people think I'm going to be a first baseman or whatever, but for right now, I'm pretty happy at third base. What was your best pitch? I think my only pitch really was a fastball. I would just throw it as hard as I could. No, but I threw a knuckle curve that my dad taught me. It was okay. I definitely can tell you that it would not work at the AA level. So yeah, my fastball was kind of just grip it and throw as hard as I can. Well, speaking of your skills, Matthew GK, I guess, plays some MLB The Show and says, you have a pretty nice card on there. Do you play MLB The Show? Do you follow much of that type of stuff? You know, when the card first came out, they were doing a future stars reveal. And I had watched previously, I saw some things. There's a couple people that do reveals of those cards. And one day I saw a Twitter notification. It had me tagged in it that I was the future star. So I don't really play MLB The Show. I have the game. And I was like, you know what, now I have to start playing because I have to be able to play with myself. But I have still not gotten to it. I have heard that it is pretty good. I get sent videos a lot on Twitter and Instagram and try to get back to as many people as I can with those. And it's cool to see yourself hitting home runs in a video game for sure. What are you hitting right now? Well, so I actually have not unlocked myself yet. Okay. You kind of think that they would give me myself, but there's like some challenges that you have to do and everything, and I have not completed the challenges to unlock future Nolan Jones. From Art Reed, what's your favorite part of being part of the RubberDucks family?
Yeah, I mean, so the RubberDucks family is a pretty special thing, I think. You know, from the people to the stadium to the area, everything about Akron is so cool for me. I can honestly say it's probably my favorite place in the minor leagues. If I had to pick a place, I would want to play there. Besides the center field fence, I'd like to move that in a little bit. But it is definitely, I mean, I had an incredible team, an incredible coaching staff this year. The people there are so supportive and run it so smoothly, and they really want to do everything to make your life easier. The fans there, I mean, Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights there are absolutely incredible. There's nothing cooler than coming out and having 8,000 people there to watch you play baseball, just play a game. Like, I mean, that's stuff that you dream about as a kid. So, I mean, they definitely have something special going on over in Akron.
Well, that's really cool to hear, Nolan. And a real tough one here from an anonymous fan here. Do you own any RubberDucks of your own? I guess the bath toy.
I don't. I can't say that I take a lot of baths with RubberDucks, but I have a lot of RubberDuck emblems. I mean, I have a lot of hats, a lot of jerseys and stuff like that. Actually, my coolest probably Akron thing is that I have a shirt in the team shop that says Jones 10 with a big RubberDuck on the front. So, I mean, that's pretty cool. That's the only RubberDuck that I own.
From Casey Yarger, do you have your own Lake County bobblehead?
I do, actually. It's a good question. I got, when they were making them, they reached out to me and they sent me a couple. My first priority was both grandparents had to have one. They found out it was coming out and they were like, we both have to have one. So I got them theirs first. Then mom and dad had to have theirs. And then I finally trickled down to me on the totem pole and I got my own. So I had to hook up everybody in the family first, but then I got my own.
How many do you have left?
I have no extras left.
Nolan, this one comes from CJ Costas. Why do you wear your pants above the knee, wearing the high socks?
That's a good question. I like it. You know, so I think that everybody has their own style. Everybody has their own way of going about things, the way they look, the way they dress, stuff like that. And sometimes people like it, sometimes people don't. I saw Carlos Santana do it a couple years ago and kind of caught my eye, and I really liked it. And I think it was something that, a way that I could express myself. I mean, I kind of like, my hair is obviously long and crazy right now, but I like to have like a clean haircut with a mohawk. And I thought that was a cool way to express myself. And I really like the way the pants look above the knee. So that's why I keep them up there.
A lot of folks have this question. Daniel Kiersey has it here. Do you clean these white shoes after every game?
Well, I got to be honest with you, I don't. We are very lucky that we have incredible people working for us behind the scenes in Akron. Shad, I got to give a shout out to. Shad takes care of the cleats, takes care of the uniforms. So he cleans all that for us. So I wish I could say that I did keep them that white, but I can promise you if Shad wasn't doing them, they would not be that white.
That was Indians third base prospect Nolan Jones. And this portion of At Home with the RubberDucks was brought to you in part by Planet Fitness and Hudson's Restaurant, both on the team of partners presenting RubberDucks baseball. Stay tuned because more of our conversation with Nolan Jones is coming up after this.
You're listening to At Home with the RubberDucks on 640 WHLO, your new home for Akron RubberDucks baseball, powered by First Energy.
Are you looking for a great apartment with the best location? Fir Hill Towers Apartments is just a 5-minute walk to the University of Akron or a 5-minute drive downtown. You'll find spacious living, convenience, and fun with a wide variety of restaurants and entertainment just outside your door. Perfectly suited for young professionals and students on the go looking for off-campus living. Stop by 55 First Street Hill, Akron, or call 330-762-7000. That's 330-762-7000 today and reserve your apartment home.
There aren't many things in life that are easy. There's easy listening music, easy chairs, easy money. But did you know that you can enjoy all three while getting rid of your old energy-wasting refrigerator? You can schedule a pickup without moving from your easy chair. We'll haul it away and even pay you for it. So go ahead, take it easy, and let us take it from here.
First Energy's Ohio Utilities will pick up your fridge and you'll get $50. Just visit EnergySaveOhio.com to schedule a pickup. Now that's easy.
What's better than a good steak? A great steak at a great value in a fun place. Texas Roadhouse. From fall off the bone ribs to made from scratch sides, we've got something for everybody. Great steak at a great value. Texas Roadhouse. Located at 4310 Lake Point Corporate Drive in Stowe, and now offering drive-through, carry-out, and curbside service. Visit texasroadhouse.alohaorderonline.com or call 330-920-9844.
Bridgestone Drive Guard tires deliver a clutch performance that won't leave you stranded on the side of a rural road or a busy highway. They're engineered to take a puncture and to keep running up to 50 miles after a flat at 50 miles an hour. Plus, you'll get the smooth, quiet ride and impressive tread wear life you've come to expect from Bridgestone tires. Let the clutch performance of Bridgestone Drive Guard tires give you peace of mind. Bridgestone, proud sponsor of the Akron RubberDucks.
Here at Sarah Auto Park, community service has always been a priority of ours. These days, that spirit is more important than ever. Join us as we do everything we can to take care of our doctors, nurses, all other essential businesses, and their employees. If our community needs us for anything, even to safely get a bag of groceries to our most vulnerable, we're here. We'll get through this together. Sarah Auto Park.
No savvy traveler likes long lines or waiting around. So, lucky for you, the Akron-Canton Airport is easy and fast. With affordable on-site parking, quick check-in, and short security lines, you'll be through the airport in just minutes. CAK gives you more freedom to enjoy the things you love, like vacationing. With low fares to 11 nonstop destinations and just one stop to the world, book your next adventure from CAK.
RubberDucks fans, check out City Barbecue in Fairlawn for the best barbecue in town.
I gotta tell you, City Barbecue is the best smoked meats I've ever experienced in my life.
Literally the best beef brisket sandwich I've ever had.
Definitely the best barbecue I've ever had.
My best all-around barbecue experience ever.
Best barbecue around.
Some of the best barbecue I've personally tasted.
I highly recommend this spot for some of the best BBQ you'll ever have.
Visit citybarbecue.com or stop by 2870 West Market Street in Fairlawn.
Everyone at Honda wants you to be safe. And right now, you need a car you can count on and your dealer to go the extra mile. So if your Honda needs parts or service, we're right here ready to help. Working to follow all government guidelines in order to get you what you need and help you stay safe with a reliable car that's ready to go when you need it.
Visit northernohiohondadealers.com.
This is At Home with the RubberDucks on 640 WHLO.
Deep drive out to right field. Rafaela turning, watching. It's gone to the Bud Light line, Tiki Terrace.
Your new home for RubberDucks baseball, powered by First Energy.
Welcome back. This is Marco Lanave, and this portion of At Home with the RubberDucks is brought to you in part by Visit Jacksonville and Luigi's in the lineup presenting RubberDucks baseball. We now resume the fan Q&A that had Jim Clark and me talking with Nolan Jones. John C. asks, what is your favorite minor league city to play at or visit on the road so far in your career?
Well, I think I'm a little biased that I would say Trenton. I mean, if it wasn't this close to home, it wouldn't have been my favorite. But I think we played a couple cool ones. My favorite league so far has actually been the Midwest League. There's a lot of cool places in the Midwest League. I really love Dayton, Ohio. Got to play, I believe it was 2017 July or 2018 July 4th game in Dayton, Ohio, and that was a fun one. They sell out, and their fans are pretty rowdy and aren't afraid to call you names and everything. So that was a fun place to play. Fort Wayne Tin Caps. Actually, this year, I think my favorite this year was the Hartford Yard Goats. That was probably one of the cooler stadiums I played in, and probably one of the more, besides the RubberDucks, obviously, one of the more energetic crowds I've played in front of in the minor leagues.
Paul Thompson, how did you feel first time you arrived at Cooperstown's Dream Parks?
Yeah, it's a good question, Coach. I think me being I think I was 11 at the time, 11-year-old kid. I mean, it's the same way I feel about walking into a big league stadium now. When I was walking into Cooperstown, that was the dream. I wanted to win that more than anything in the world. And that was like the the mecca of Little League baseball. So that was definitely one of the coolest experiences for me growing up. And I remember those trips to Cooperstown like it was yesterday.
Did you go to the Hall of Fame when you were there?
I did. I got to take a trip over. So I actually played in Cooperstown 3 different times, twice when I was 11 and once when I was 12. And I think we went every single time to the Hall of Fame. That's something that you can't skip out on.
But the fields are just incredible with the Dream Parks. It's an absolutely fabulous place.
Oh my God. I'm like I said, it's like walking into a big league stadium. I actually was fortunate enough, my last time going, I actually ended up winning. We played against a team with Mickey Moniak on it, Hagen Danner, like all these crazy name guys. But I actually won it. And I mean, that experience, being a 12-year-old kid playing in front of all those other kids that aren't in the championship, their families and stuff, and they're just sitting there watching you. Like, that was one of the coolest experiences for me.
All right, one from Jeff J. He wants to, he noticed last year your opposite field power. Is that something that you've been working on?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's something I always work on. I think that's definitely one of the strengths of my game, is driving the ball the other way. And being a bigger guy, I think that's a spot that a lot of pitchers like to go to and feel safe going to. So for me to be able to do damage in that low and away area, or even that away area, period, it definitely gives me an advantage as a hitter if I'm able to drive that ball and not just foul those off. So it's definitely something I work on a lot.
Is there a particular drill that sort of focuses somebody on doing well in that spot?
Yeah, so something that I really like to do is I like to do an angled flip toss. So I put the L screen, instead of having it straight up when I flip, I put it to my open side and have the guy flipping from behind the L screen coming towards me. And it kind of gets my body working better, and I'm able to hit the ball back where it's pitched and drive it that way. And that's a drill that I've really found has helped me drive balls the other way. And not, I mean, a lot of times you see the balls that we hit the other way are side spun or top spun. So that's a drill that really helps me stay through the ball and drive it, and I'm able to really see the true flight on the ball.
From Tab and McCulley, what is your favorite major league team, and what player have you been compared to?
Well, my favorite major league team is the Cleveland Indians, because I hope to play for them for a long time. I've gotten a couple different comparisons with my swing. I mean, so as a player, all the third base comps I don't really like. I don't really know if they compare to me, if we compare very well. I got some some Cameron Rupp like to call me Cody Bellinger this year. I get some different swing things, but I mean, I haven't really gotten a specific player comp that I'm fully committed to and convinced it's true.
Who was your favorite player as a kid?
Yeah, so my favorite player as a kid was Big Papi. I loved David Ortiz. I loved the energy he played with. I loved the way he could hit the ball. I mean, everything about it at a young age, and kind of latched onto him.
Okay, from Miranda Terry, what do you feel is most important skill to learn early when you're playing baseball?
It's a good question. Most important skill to learn early. I mean, I would say beyond any skill, I think it would be to play the game the right way. I learned at a very young age. My dad taught me a couple lessons that I wish I wouldn't have had to learn in public. One time I got a 3-0 pitch when I think I was 10 years old. I got a 3-0 pitch, and my dad was the third base coach, gave me the take sign, and I swung at it, and I popped it up to the pitcher, and I walked back to the dugout, took my helmet off. I was the third out. And so my dad came in, grabbed me by the shirt and said, put your helmet on and go run down and touch first base. I was like, Dad, I'm out. I'm not doing that. We got to go in the field. And absolutely would not let me leave the dugout if I didn't put my helmet on and go touch first base. And you can imagine as a 10-year-old kid how embarrassed I was of that experience. So I learned a little bit more of the hard way, how to play the game the right way. And I think that definitely takes a toll into everything. And if you learn that at a young age, you're definitely gonna have success and gonna be a good teammate and things like that. I mean, as far as a skill set, I don't really think there's anything that I can point out and say, oh, if you're good at this, you're gonna play in the big leagues or anything like that, because there is nothing. It's all about if you truly enjoy it and love it and play the game the right way.
How big is playing catch every day as a youngster?
Oh, it's incredibly important. Incredibly. I mean, I think people truly take playing catch for granted, and I also did when I was younger. And I quickly learned that it was one of the most important things that you do every single day. There's always ways to get better and ways you can work on your game just in your throwing program. I mean, like we talked about earlier with defense, you always want to make those uncomfortable plays. And something for me that was always uncomfortable, or is always uncomfortable, is the bare hand play. And something that I've added into my game of catch is that I pick up a ball off the ground and I throw it when I'm about 90 feet away as I'm playing catch. And that's something that I've added into my routine before every single day of batting practice. And now the hard part is not the throw, but fielding it. So it's like I've worked on and I've added things that are uncomfortable for me into my catch play that helps make the game easier. So I think catch is one of the most important things. And I have a 16-year-old brother, and I'm still trying to teach him that it's one of the most important things you can do every day.
Thank you to Nolan Jones for joining us and answering questions from RubberDucks fans. For your chance to be part of a future Indians prospect Q&A powered by First Energy, visit AkronRubberDucks.com and follow the RubberDucks on social media. Thank you also to RubberDucks Director of Food and Beverage, Brian Manning, for joining us to talk about the Father's Day Feast. To order yours to go, call the RubberDucks at 330-253-5151. Tune in next Sunday evening on Father's Day at 6 o'clock for another episode of At Home with the RubberDucks. We'll bring these to you every week until the RubberDucks 2020 season begins. For Jim Clark, I'm Marco Lanave. Stay safe and healthy, everyone.
Thanks for listening to At Home with the RubberDucks. To listen to previous shows or for more RubberDucks baseball, follow the Akron RubberDucks podcast on the iHeartRadio app. For the latest on the team, go to AkronRubberDucks.com and follow the Akron RubberDucks on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Akron RubberDucks Baseball. Affordable family fun.